All right, everybody, and we are back with Ozmourn with Liminal Ranger. Before I go ahead and kick it off over to you, I do want to remind everybody that we are raising money for Child's Play, and we actually have a bid war for a game coming up, Astalon, for the display style, and we actually have a tie right now between Black and White and CRT. So make sure you get your donations in for that. All right, without any further ado, I'm going to kick it on over to Osmore. Good luck and have fun.
Thank you so much for that amazing introduction, Renee. I'm super excited to be here at Pixels for People. I'm seeing some familiar faces already in the in runners and hosts as well, and I'm excited to be here showing off Liminal Ranger. Liminal Ranger is a wonderful indie game made by Yotom Top, and you can find it on itch.io. It is free, but it's like pay your own price kind of thing. So I would highly recommend donating to the developer if you can. But push comes to shove, you can just download this game. And I highly recommend getting it if you're into like first person adventure platformers. And so this game kind of takes liminal spaces and kind of personifies them. It's a very complicated plot. I'll try to um, explain it the best that I can as I'm running, but the timing will begin when I hit new game right here. So you can start the timer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So the first thing that we're going to do is the absolute pro gamer strat of skipping through text. And we turn this corner as we come to talk to our friend and realize that they're not there anymore. We turn around, we think we see them, but we realize that something has gone horribly wrong here. And we spend the next 5 years realizing that our friend has been lost between the spaces between dimensions. And we spend the next 5 years working for an organization that brings peace to the universe. And in the process, we try to find our friend who was lost. This is our boss. His name is Boss. Please refer to him as such. And we're just going to skip the tutorial, but it's fine because I know what I'm doing and I can explain the mechanics. And so the first mechanic that we're going to do is break glass with a hammer. The natural thing that you would want to do with any hammer. The second thing that we're going to do is they have this spray that gets rid of enemies, and if we're good at the game, which apparently we're not today, which if we're good at the game, that is the only time ever that we should have to use it. And the next time we need to the next mechanic that we're going to be using is this pogo stick. We're going to grab this checkpoint for safety right here. And at the very peak of our jump, we're going to skip to the teleporting coin that's going to give us a bit more height right here. And then we're going to use once again the hammer over here to break some glass. And thankfully, if you have good movement here with the pogo stick, the second jump is always going to be higher than the first one, and all preceding jumps afterwards as well. And if we're good here, we should be able to have pretty good cycles with these enemies right here. And right here, we're going to be collecting memories from each of the personified liminal spaces. Right here we're trying to find a hallway, and a hallway thinks that it's sad and it doesn't feel like anyone really appreciates it, and so we're collecting like memories and in the form of these like collectibles, these soda cups as well as benches, and the natural things you would find in a hallway. And right here we're going to grab the fourth soda cup right here as we put the teleporting coin through this crevice, and then we are going to break some more panes of glass and grab the last soda cup right here. And then we're going to reset the checkpoint that we got all the way back to the beginning of this section, come back to the center area, and we're going to actually call back the coin and leave it here so we can come back to it later. There is two endings to this game. It is the normal ending, which we're doing today, and the true ending. The true ending requires you to go out of your way to grab secret mementos to unlock the true ending. But since we're not doing that today, you're just going to have to play the game for yourself to find that out. And so we're going to grab 4 benches on the other side of this particular map, and originally we would grab them bottom to top, but now the updated route has it from top to bottom, and starting with this one. And hopefully we have pretty good cycles here with the enemies. Okay, that was unfortunate, but it's perfectly fine because that means you have to climb up this section again. And hopefully we have better enemy cycles there, because the enemy cycles up on that stop section was just very unfortunate. But that just means we can show off this movement again. Okay, come on. Let's go. Oh my god, these enemy cycles are being awful to me today. This particular enemy I do not like whatsoever. Like it shines its light at like looks down towards you and immediately like puts you back towards a checkpoint. Thankfully, the checkpoints in this game are pretty close together, and so they don't you don't lose an egregious amount of time when you die either way. And because of the luck that I'm having right now, I'm going to try to be a bit more careful with these enemies right here, because they just do not want to cooperate with me today. There we go, perfect. Okay, now that we're out of that struggle, we can finally go up here and go to the rest of the level here. Okay, we got one more bench right there, right before the enemy attacked us, which means that we can just go towards the bottom part of this map here and not have to worry about the top benches. We're gonna grab one more bench right over here, and then finally we're going to grab one last bench up on this top section right here, and we're actually going to grab this checkpoint over here for safety. And then as we collect this, we're going to purposefully hit by the enemy so we can get back to the checkpoint, and then boom, we're going to teleport back to where we put the coin at the beginning of this section, so we can immediately go back to this hallway. And since we already collected all the memories beforehand, we actually skip the first interaction that we have with it, and we can just immediately go back to our boss. And now we're introduced to the idea that we need to get rid of an object, and we need to upgrade an object. The object that we're going to get rid of is the spray, because it's useless, and the object that we're going to upgrade is the hammer, because each object has like an alt ability when you upgrade it, and so the hammer's upgraded alt ability is pretty broken in the sense that you can literally just fly. If you right click and then jump like so, you can literally just fly until an object stops you. And that's like that's something that's entirely dependent on like the timing of your jump. The closer your jump is to when you right click, the shorter your flight will be, and less momentum and speed you'll have. But the more you wait, the more speed you'll have. But obviously you don't want it for too long, because otherwise it just won't work. And here's some pretty good examples of the mechanic that I'm going to show off right here. And in this next section, I'm going to switch over to the pogo stick to have a bit more control of myself in the air. And you can see that we're supposed to talk to this space, and there's a wall here, but the wall just for some reason just doesn't, the wall for some reason just doesn't like reach all the way. So we're going to take advantage of that by just walking past it. And then we're going to collect this particular memory through the door. This room, this hotel room has 4 light switches and 4 chairs as their memories. We've already collected 2 light switches right here. And we're going to use the pogo stick to navigate up here. And then after grabbing the 3rd light switch, we're going to use the flying hammer in order to go all the way up here and grab the last one. And then teleport back to where we put the coin right here. I'm going to put the coin over here again, just so we can come back to it after grabbing all of the chairs. And we're going to pogo our way up, grab this chair, keep our momentum by timing our jumps pretty well, and then we're going to fly up here using the hammer. There we go, perfect. And then we're going to grab this checkpoint, and what is going on? We're going to grab this checkpoint and grab this chair, purposefully get hit to go back to the checkpoint, and then we're going to fly over to this side and grab another chair. And then we're going to reset the checkpoint, switch over to the coin as we're walking through this bridge, and then grab this one and immediately teleport back to where we put the coin. You can kind of interact with this particular space or particular person like through the wall here. And so after that, the wall that prevents you from going out will disappear, so you can go back in. And then since we collected all the mementos beforehand, we already skipped the first interaction. And now the game makes you think that you have to like interact, you have to get rid of another object, but for some reason when you have like just free movement during that cutscene where you have to like get rid of an object and upgrade an object, and so you can just reset the checkpoint and then move forward, and then immediately you can just grab another object. And right here is like the only time that Myrne has in this game to speak. And so Myrne, if you want to say something right now, you can. You have like 60 seconds.
Oh my gosh, put me on the spot. All right. I just want to remind everybody, like I said at the beginning of the run, we do have the bid war going on for Astalon display style. either black and white or CRT. So you definitely want to make sure that you go ahead and get your donations in for that. That is actually going to be coming up in not next run, but the run after.
All right. Wonderful. And so, like, right here, we're kind of just like following the spirit of what we believe to be our best friend that we lost 5 years ago. There is a typo in this sentence, but we're going to ignore it. And then we're going to just jump up these stairs. And this is the corridor that we actually lost our friend in. And so that's what we're going to do as kind of that's the space that we're going to be finding memories for today. And right here, you're going to see me using the flying hammer in order to get back up here. And we're actually going to leave the teleporting coin right here, jump up here with the pogo stick, and then we're going to fly upwards to what could be considered out of bounds. There's really no out bounds to go out of. And so we're going to use the mechanic of the flying hammer to just pretty much skip all of the terrain underneath here by just walking up and going through these top sections right here. And the memories that we're going to be collecting in this particular area are the skateboards and also the vents. These skateboards you can just find in this area right over here. And then after collecting the second skateboard, we're going to come up here and grab this checkpoint. And then you can just, the other mechanic that you use with the hammer is just like allowing you to float through the air like this. We're going to be able to float through the giant chest of this enemy right here. And then we're going to come over here to the right and grab the last skateboard. And then after grabbing the last skateboard, we can just teleport back to where we put this coin at the very beginning. And then we're going to jump up here. And we're going to go to the other side of the map and grab the vents. It's a very useful mechanic here, the hammer and its flight ability. It's a lot of really good stuff. We're going to grab that vent right here, back away before the enemy kills us. And then we're going to come over here, drop down, grab this vent through the wall. Come over here, grab this vent, and grab the final vent right over here. And after that, we just teleport back to where we put the coin at the beginning of the level. And then we're going to go return to our boss. And we're going to talk to our boss one more time. Time is going to come up in a bit. So 3, 2, 1, time.
GG.
Thank you. That is Liminal Ranger. What was my final time, RTA?
Waiting for it to catch up. It looks like it's just over 11 minutes.
Just over 11 minutes.
Yeah, I have a little bit of a delay. Yeah, 11:06.
11:06. For an 11:06, that was actually pretty good. Because in my mind, that was a lot worse than that. But I'm glad to know that.
No, you did awesome. Oh, it looks like Maddox was actually a bit late, so it's actually 11:04.
11:04? Perfect. Great.
Yes.
Nice.
Also, I would like to say how I like how the hammer gives you the flying ability.
Yeah.
I would think that the pogo stick would do that, but you know what? I'm not a dev.
Yeah, exactly. Like the hammer, I mean, I had a conversation with the dev about like all the different ideas that he had with the abilities that he gave the player, and just the alt ability was definitely a wacky one for sure. But you know, it allowed us to do pretty good stuff in the speedrun. And also, one thing about this is that the developer also composed all of the music for this game. Like, he made the game and also composed all the music, and the music is amazing. Like, he's a musician, he's a developer, he does all really good stuff, including the song you're listening to right now. And there's another ending that you're gonna have to find for yourself if you want to play this game. Again, it is like free, but I honestly would recommend donating to the developer if possible. But
yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to pick this up. Looks amazing. I suggest everybody else definitely give it a go too.
Yeah, we're a small speedrunning community, but of course, like, if you just want to play this game casually and talk about it with people, yeah, join the Discord either way. Whatever you want to do with this game, we're gonna be welcoming you with open arms. But that is Liminal Ranger, normal ending, and I have one more run after this, which is even more crazier to look at. So I'm excited for that one too.
Yeah, we're definitely excited for that. So you heard Ozmourn. We're going to take a quick break, so make sure that you get a little bit of stretching, get some hydration going, and we will be right back with Antichamber.